excellency. We're going to live forever, and we're going to be eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. It says, thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shalt suck the breast of kings. And thou shalt know that I, the Most High, am thy Savior, and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. Jump up to verse 10. Isaiah 60 and 10. The sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. Hear that? The sons of these other nations, that's going to be servants and handmaids. All of them going into captivity. Every one of them we read in Jeremiah 30 and 16. And the sons of strangers. We read about the strangers. Right? The other nations shall build up thy walls. And the king shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. See? Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles. They're going to bring them outside because they can't go inside the gates. They're going to bring the forces of the Gentiles, everything that they're making in the kingdom as servants and handmaids, they're going to bring to the outsides of the gates. The forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. Their king going to be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. It's future prophecy. The nation and kingdom that will not serve us going to perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Finished. You're going to do away with them. Jeremiah 30:18. Thus said the Most High, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be built upon her own heap. The strange sons of strangers are going to build up our cities. And the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. It's beautiful. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving and the voice of them that make merry. You're going to be happy. No more crying, no more sadness in the righteous kingdom. And I will multiply them, have a lot of children, and they shall not be few. That's why he said, Isaiah 60, go back to Isaiah 60 again. And verse 22. A little one shall become 1,000. So we're going to have a lot of children. So where's the mindset of a woman that says you can have 1,000 children? I don't think so. Say a little one shall become 1,000. 1,000. And the small one, a strong nation. I, the Most High, will hasten it in his time. So we got to have that mindset to be prepared for and accept how a little one will become 1,000. We'll have 1,000 children because we'll have multiple wives. But Esau put abortion clinics in our neighborhoods because he don't want us to have abundance of people. Well, we are a majority, whether you want to accept it or not. That's why in Isaiah 4:1, it says, in that day, whatever day it is, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, eat our own food, according to the dietary law. We'll get rid of all the pork and the shrimp and the crab and the lobster and the catfish and the oysters and all the things that eat doo-doo or boo-boo. We're going to eat our own bread. They're going to eat their own food according to the dietary law and wear our own apparel. They're going to take off these pants and the things that they're doing that's contrary to the way that they're supposed to be as an Israelite woman. Wear our own apparel. They're going to be looking like the Most High said, in modest apparel. Not with everything showing and so forth. Only let us be called by thy name. And the woman takes on the man's last name, even to this day. Only let us be called by thy name. Why? To take away our reproach. To take away our reproach. Ain't gonna be no reproach. Because they say it's in the kingdom, but ain't gonna be no reproach. Ain't gonna be no more crying, no more tears, no more sadness at all in the kingdom. We'll take all that away. This is it. This is the last time we're gonna cry. We gotta cry to the Most High. This is the last times though. It's gonna last forever and ever and ever. We never ever. We gonna take away our tear ducts. So we don't have to. No more sadness. You know? Look. Isaiah 61 and verse 3. Oh, let's read verse 2. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Most High, Elohim, and the day of vengeance of our power that we read about, to comfort all that mourn. Comfort all of us that mourn, crying out. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Most High, that he might be glorified. Hear that? The planting of the Most High, not man, but of the Most High, that the Most High may be glorified. And they shall build the old waste, they shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks. These strangers, these other nations, are going to stand and feed our flocks. And the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. See, the same aliens that it talks about. Go to Lamentations, 5th chapter. Same aliens. Well, let's read Lamentations 4 and 22 first. It says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. The punishment of our iniquity is accomplished. Things that we have done against the Most High, sinning against them and being wicked, is accomplished. O Israelites, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. We're not going to captivity no more. This is it. But what he's going to do? He will visit thine iniquity. He's going to visit the wickedness of these people. O daughter of Edom. See? Because it tells you in 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that follow. So he say he's going to visit thine iniquity, your wickedness, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. He's going to discover your sins. So, Lamentations 5 and 1. Remember, O Most High, what is come upon us. Consider, and behold our reproach. Behold our reproach. Just like the women going to say, hey, we won't be called by thy name to take away this reproach. And the reproach is in the kingdom. That's why the mindset got to be there. It might not even apply to you, but you got to have that mindset. Because the reproach, I mean, what you going to do if this happened right now? And the Most High have women that happen so that they be covered in these times that we dealing with. The brother just said the clan going down the street say, hey, you know, hollering out their window to them. The threats they putting out right now, it's going to be fulfilled. Remember, O Most High, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Reproach means disgraced. Our inheritance is turned to strangers. Our inheritance is our land of Israel, the Jewish people over there in our land. Our houses to aliens. They the real aliens, not us. They the aliens. Isaiah 61. That's why they deceive the whole world. They call our people aliens, but they the real aliens. Listen, Isaiah 61 and 5. The strangers, we define those strangers in 2 Samuel, 1st chapter. These other nations shall stand and feed your flocks. They're going to be stand and feed our flocks. This is how we stood and fed their flocks. And the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. but ye shall be named the priests of the Most High. Men shall call you the ministers of our power. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles. That's why our gates going to be open continually day and night. They may bring the forces of the Gentiles. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. Hear that? For your shame ye shall have double, and for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be upon them. Verse 9, and their seed shall be known among the Gentiles. They're going to know about one bringing forth 1,000 children. That's our seed. They're going to be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. That's our lineage, our children. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which the Most High hath blessed. I will greatly rejoice in the Most High. My soul shall be joyful in my power, for he hath clothed me with the garments of salvation, powers from the authority on this earth. He hath clothed me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decked himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with her jewels. For as the earth bringeth forth her bud, and as the garden causes the things that are sown in it to spring forth, come forth out of the earth, so the Most High power will cause righteousness and praise to spring forth before all the nations. Oh yes. He told us. Go to the book of Zechariah. Zechariah 14 and 14. And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together. Hear that? The wealth of all the heathen, hear this clearly. And the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. And so shall be the plague of the horse, of the mule, and of the camel, and of the ass, and of all the beasts that shall be in these tents, as this plague. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations, like I said, a remnant of the nation is going to be redeemed or saved, to fulfill prophecy. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the power of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. They're going to have to come up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. And it shall be that whosoever will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the power of hosts, even unto them, upon them shall be no rain. Ain't gonna be no blessings for them. No blessings. Beautiful. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, that have no rain, that have no blessings, there shall be the plague, wherewith the Most High will smite, kill the heathen, the nations, the Gentiles, that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. This shall be the punishment of Egypt, and the punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Oh yeah. Thus say the Most High. beautiful. That's why y'all gotta understand. Why you hear brothers really be on people that don't wear fringes. I'll be like, why they always talking about we don't have no fringes? That's what it says. Zephaniah 1 and 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Most High sacrifice. We done read about it. When he come to judge and make war, that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. So don't think in your wildest dreams you could just roll it. The Most High know your heart. You still a Christian. You still following the way of the world. You see? Look at verse 14. The great day of the Most High, when the Mashiach is near, it is near, and hastens greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Most High, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. You're going to see no sun, you're going to see no moon, you're going to see nothing. No stars, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers, their security. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, like they can't even see, because they have sinned against the Most High, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung, as crap that come down into the toilet to be flushed. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Most High's wrath. Hear that? They ain't gonna be able to buy. Ain't nobody gonna be able to buy their way out of this. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Understand it, overstand it. That's why he gonna get those that have strange apparel. That's what he's saying. When he come, he catch you in strange apparel. He's gonna be like, I'm an Israelite. No, I don't see it. Numbers. That's why it's important, y'all. You better understand. You can find ways to do whatever. He said he's gonna kill them to have strange apparel. When he come, he's not gonna recognize you. Look at Numbers 15. Verse 37, and the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Numbers 15:37 down, speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations. And we're in a generation now. And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue, just like this. I mean, you can have the fringe, and you put upon the border a ribbon of blue. You have your fringe, you put upon the border a ribbon of blue, like this. See? And shoot, you can buy a whole ribbon of blue for about $2.50. If you don't have no fringes, you can make your own fringes throughout. Cut your own fringes. I got just like this here, it's made, just cut from a piece of leather, just glued together, whatever. However you want to do it. No excuse. Glue don't cost that much. He says, speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. Why he said this? And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon this fringe, and remember all the commandments of the Most High, and do them. Look upon all these fringes, and think on the commandments of the Most High, and do them. It's spiritual. And that ye seek not after your own heart, your own mind. Like he said, many are deceived by their own vain opinion, evil suspicion overthrown their judgments. Don't seek after your own mind, your own heart, and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a-whoring, he's saying. That's that change in you. that you may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your power. I am the Most High your power, which brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your power. I am the Most High your power. That's what he told us. So, no matter how you look at it, the past, the present, and the future are still amongst us and how we should be in these last days. So we're the generation now. So it don't take a rocket science to figure this out. We just got to make an effort, a true effort, so that we're not caught up in this wrath that's coming. Let me go back here, Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30 and 19. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry, gonna be happy. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. He said, little one gonna bring forth 1,000 children. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Will be larger in stature. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. Hear that? Again. Verse 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, all our enemies, every one of them shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Verse 20. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. Hear that? You're gonna punish all. That's the judgment. You're gonna punish them, all the people that oppress us, all the ones who've been in captivity and treating us wrong, gonna be punished by the Most High. And their nobles, the ones that's gonna be over us, shall be of themselves. See, the ones that's gonna be over us gonna be of ourselves, an Israelite. And the governor shall proceed from the midst of them. Why? Because Deuteronomy 17, that's the law. Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Deuteronomy 17 and 15. What does the law say? Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Since the one that's going to be over is going to be of our people. Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Most High thy power shall choose, one from among thy brethren, an Israelite, shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee. We can't set someone of another nation over us, which is not thy brother. You see? If he's not an Israelite, we can't set them over us. But our people think they're gonna get, like they say, they're getting the better of the two evils, and whatever they're saying, and voting for whoever they're voting for, that's not our people. Jeremiah 30, 21. And the nobles shall be of themselves. See, that's why he's saying that. Got to be of our people. We put up one of our own nation over us. And their governor shall proceed from the midst of them. And I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is he this that engages his heart, his mind to approach unto me, said the Most High. And ye shall be my people, and I will be your power, the 12 tribes of Israel. Behold, the whirlwind of the Most High goeth forth with fury, a continual whirlwind. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. Hear that? It's going to fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. Job 9:24. He's going to fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He who is the wicked covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So look, I gotta show you again. The wicked cover the faces of the judges thereof. The wicked cover the faces of the judges thereof. The wicked cover the faces of the judges thereof. Behold, the whirlwind of the Most High goeth forth with fury. A continual whirlwind, it shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. That's judgment. Gonna fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. So we know the wicked cover the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Look in the Bible. Once again, before you go. So you know, open up this Holy Bible. Say the Holy Bible. Open it up. First thing I see is so-called white man. Cover the faces of the judges there. The Most High, the ultimate judge. Shame on you. You brought shame to your house, as the Most High says in Habakkuk. Look at 2 Peter 3. 2 Peter's 3rd chapter. Remember what they said pertaining to Edom. Because probably in the prophetic scripture as a scene of great future judgment in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, she's the only neighbor of the Israelites that's not giving any promise of mercy from the Most High. So, 2 Peter 3 and 10. That whirlwind of the Most High is coming to destroy the wicked. It says, and the wicked of our people too. 12 tribes of Israel. Say, but the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night. You don't know when the thief coming. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. Remember, say the Most High we visit the Most High with great noise. The heavens gonna pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The elements gonna melt with fervent heat. Everything you close your eyes and open your eyes, everything you see gonna melt. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up from that whirlwind of the Most High. Going to fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. All the sinners of the Most High's people going to die by the sword. See, we read that in Amos 9 and 10. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved by this whirlwind we read about in Jeremiah, the 30th chapter. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and righteousness? Don't wait till it happens. When you see this thing on a higher level, to start trying to have a holy conversation, it's too late then. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, and Mashiach Yahushua, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved. You hear that? You talking about the stars in the sky, you talking about the heavens. The galactical battle in the sky, and the battle that's going to be on this earth. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High and Mashiach Yahushua, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, the 12 tribes of Israel, hopefully we are part of this, Most High will, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. See? Wherefore, beloved. Wherefore, beloved. Who to beloved? Is anyone a beloved? No, who's the beloved? Let's find out who the beloved is. Go to the Baruch, the book of Baruch. In the Apocrypha, Baruch. The 3rd chapter, the 36th verse. Baruch 3 and 36. We're looking at who is the beloved. He have found out all the way of knowledge, and have given it unto Jacob, his servant, and to Israel, his beloved. There it is. So the Israelites are the Most High's beloved. So now, looking at it, what we see here is saying, wherefore, beloved, who are the Israelites? Seeing that ye look for such things, new heavens and new earth, be diligent that you may be found of him in peace. Hear that? We'll be found when you do all this in peace, without spot, keeping the commandments of the Most High, having the fruits of the Spirit, and blameless. See? And blameless. That's why when you look at the last book of Isaiah, New Heavens and New Earth, Isaiah 66, and I believe verse 22, if I'm not mistaken. Isaiah 66 and 22. Come. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make. See, the Most High got to make a new heavens and new earth, which the Most High going to make, shall remain before me, said the Most High, so shall your seed and your name remain. See? Our children and our name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, that's the first day of the month, the new moon, feast, and from one Sabbath to another, 7 days is a Sabbath, and the holy convocations are Sabbaths, shall all flesh come to worship before me. Remember, we just read, they got to come, all these nations got to come for the Feast of Tabernacles. They don't, Most High ain't going to bless them. And all of us, as the Israelites that make it, Most High will, got to come to worship before the Most High, said the Most High. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses. That's the dead bodies of the men that have transgressed against me. This is the last thing Isaiah leaving us with. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me, for their worms shall not die. Hear that? Their worms shall not die. Neither shall their fire be quenched. Remember, they took that out of the Bible. The New World Translation of the Scriptures, they took that out. In the NIV Bible. New International Version. In other Bibles. And they shall go forth. We done had a great time. Because the feast day, we'll have a great time. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses, the dead bodies of the men that have transgressed against me. For their worm shall not die. I mean, they're going to have a body that's going to live forever and ever and ever. The worm not going to ever die. Neither shall their fire be quenched. The fire is going to never go out. It's going to be burning. That's why it behooves anyone that hear my voice and hear this lesson to want to know more how to please the Most High. You can't be a remnant of those that the Most High going to redeem of all nations. Neither shall their fire be quenched. Hear that? And they shall be in a whoring unto all flesh, a hating unto all flesh. But we got to look at it. We got to go through it. Because the Most High said it. Mashak Shai talked about it too. Go to Mark 9:44. Remember they took it out of the Bible? They took it out of their Bibles? Mark 9:44. In verse 46. They took it out. Mark 9:44. Where their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched. That's why look at what he's saying before that. And if thy hand offend thee, verse 43, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed, into the everlasting life maimed, than having two hands to go into hell, into the fire that never shall be quenched. Where the worm that dieth not. See, I'll let you know. The worms are going to never die, eating you up continually. And the fire is not quenched. See? Change. This is about change. And if thy foot offend thee, that's whatever you walking to do, going somewhere to do some wickedness, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter halt into life, not being able to walk at all, than having 2 feet to be cast into hell. Hear that? Having 2 feet to be cast into hell, into the fire that never shall be quenched. Verse 46 is missing out of these Bibles. 44 and verse 46. Where their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched. See? Took those verses out. So, it's very important that we see this. Going back to Jeremiah 30 and verse 23 and 24. Behold, the whirlwind of the Most High goeth forth with fury, a continuing whirlwind. That's the destruction that he's going to bring in on this earth. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of the Most High shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his heart, of his mind. In the latter days ye shall consider it. Hear that? In the latter days we're going to consider it. Letting you know it's going down. Zechariah 14 and 12. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Most High will smite or kill. Smite means to kill all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, fought against the children of Israel. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Nuclear destruction. And while this is going on, 1 Thessalonians 4:16, while all that's going down, 1 Thessalonians 4 and 16. For the Most High, the Mashiach himself shall descend from heaven. Mashiach, he ascended to the heaven. He's going to have to descend from heaven. That's why we said he said that in Revelations 1 and 7. Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, coming with them chariots of the Most High, descending from, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so. So he ascended in Acts 1 and 9. Acts 1 and 9. Once he had died, rose on the third day, walked the earth for 40 days. Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received them out of their sight. The clouds defined in Psalms 104 and 3. He maketh his clouds his chariots, right? So a cloud received him out of their sight. Once he went up in his cloud, then Daniel saying what happened once he went into the cloud. And Daniel 7. Go to Daniel's 7th chapter. A cloud received him out of their sight. So Daniel seeing what happened to Mashiach as he went up. Daniel 7 and 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven. Just like he descended up in the cloud, so he's seeing him. He came with the clouds of heaven, chariots of the Most High, and came to the Ancient of Days. No one's older than the Most High. That's the Most High. They came to the Ancient of Days, and they, the angels, brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. That's forever and ever and ever. So let's jump down to verse 18. But the saints of the Most High, we define previous times in this lesson, in Psalms 148:14, the 12 tribes of Israel. For the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Verse 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, to the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. And it's going to last forever and ever and ever. And all dominions shall serve and obey him. Hear that? All dominions going to serve and obey him. You see? So, going to 1 Thessalonians 4:16. For the Most High, as he said on Mashiach himself, shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High. And the dead that have died by Hashem Mashiach shall rise first. Those that believe in the name of the Lord and Savior, going to the Most High on our behalf, going to rise first. Then we, which are alive, going to be brothers and sisters of the Israelites, are going to be alive, and remain, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, with these chariots. They're coming to get us. We'll be caught up together with them in the clouds. Them that have died in the name of the Lord and Savior. We'll be caught up with them in the air. To meet Mashiach Yahushua through the power of the Most High, the glory of the Most High in the air. And so shall they ever be with the Most High. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. So once we go up in them chariots, in the clouds, Isaiah 26:20. We up in the chariots. Isaiah 26:20. That's what's going to happen. Come, my people, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, enter thou into thy chambers, into these chariots, and shut thy doors about thee. You're going to shut the doors just like Noah shut the ark doors. They most likely shut the ark doors on the ark. Not Moses, but Noah and his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, went into the ark. He said, hide thyself as it were for a little moment. Say, hide ourselves for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. Till he bring this destruction and fury and indignation upon these kingdoms. For behold, the Most High cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity, for their wickedness. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. No more cover the slain. We'll have to see this. Daniel's 7 and 28. Hitherto is the end of the matter. That's all I have on this. It's the end of the matter. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you will study and look at the change that we all have to make, every last one of us, to be worthy to be in the kingdom and be accepted by the Most High. As he sent on Mashiach Yahushua to judge and make war and set righteousness up on this earth. And with that, I say shalom and I'm out.